Good evening. I hope everybody is fine and dandy on this wonderful Friday evening. The Datsun Diaries is coming to an end. Good evening to Ackerman, Guna. I hope you're well. Datsun Diaries, bruv. That's how we roll. It's all about the Datsun. The Datsun's going back at about 7 a.m. Good evening, Evan. Good evening, Tamadani. Leon, hope you're well, bruv. Evening, Abamon. Everyone in the chat room, looking fresh. Happy days. Sergio, the moderator. Good evening, DJ Fury. Nearly 100 people watching inside a minute. That's mad. But yes, as you can see, this is the last day of the Datsun Diaries. The car is going back. The poor old Datsun's been run ragged for 2 weeks. And tomorrow, I will be back on my trusty sofa. Well, not the sofa. I'll actually be sat on my chair. I might even do a stream from the sofa. You guys love the sofa. It was almost like the casting couch, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's all good. Good evening, VP. Last day beer fun. Listen, I can't really drink that much today, if I'm being honest. I have to leave Torix Costa at about, I don't know, 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m. You're not getting your deposit back, bruv. Trust me, if you could see the state of this car, I swear. I swear. I hope they're not looking at this video because the front offside, obviously I'm on the other side, the offside front bumper, yeah. I swear, I don't know what I hit, yeah. There's, I go down this little dirt track, right? And that's the way to the villa, and there's this big rock. I must have hit that rock because it has shattered that whole bumper. So yeah, I've got a cunning plan up my sleeve. I'm gonna get some mud and put it in a bucket and take the bucket to the airport and then just smear the mud all over it. But yeah, the deposit probably ain't coming back. The Datsun's in bits, I'm telling you. So good evening to everyone in the chat. I do appreciate it. Over 100 people watching live already. So we've already got a few moderators in the chat room. Back to Blighty tomorrow. Yeah, man. I'll be back at home in my actual house by maybe 1:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, daily transfer update won't be out until tomorrow when I'm back at home, because I ain't doing it at an airport. I can't be bothered with that. It's too noisy, too many people in the background, too much going on. I won't be able to concentrate properly. So yeah, all the videos will be from my house tomorrow, and the 9 o'clock streams return. So yeah, it's all good. Anyway, let's stop chatting. Please stick a like on the video. Over 100 people watching, not even 23 likes now. Guna Eagle Eye, big him up. Hey, listen, while everyone's watching, I'll do this a little bit later on when there's more watching as well, yeah? Go back to Guna Eagle Eye. He's got the little blue spanner next to his name. Go subscribe to his channel. Go subscribe to him. Me and him are going to be doing watch-alongs on my channel for every single away game, providing we're both in the country at the time. Obviously, you know I'm a jet setter. I like my holidays, but yeah, go give Guna Eagle Eye a subscribe. He's over 5k now, so well done, man. And let's get him up to 15k by the end of the season. That's some repair funds. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. Let's answer some questions. Answer some questions. Come on, give me some questions and comments. We'll go through these. I'm going to try and do half hour if I can. If you see me go like that, it means I'm putting my phone up against the air conditioning unit in the Datsun. Why has nobody bought Ziyech? That's a fantastic question, Fratap. That is a fantastic question. I have no idea, mate, because he's one of the best players in Europe in that position. So yeah, seems odd to me. He's cheap enough, and why not go for him? I think he'd light the league up. Alexander, Pepe to Arsenal. Not quite sure about that one, mate. I don't know, but listen, if he signs, I'll be over the moon. I'll be absolutely over the moon. More so than if we sign Zaha. Herb says, how's your holiday been? Mate, my holiday's been mad, yeah? It's been mad. It has actually been crazy. You see this little blue thing on my arm here? That is to stop mosquitoes biting me. I can confirm it don't work. I must have juicy skin or something, because they've eaten me alive since I've been here. But yeah, it's been very well. It's been very good, mate. And I'll be honest, I can't wait to sleep in my own bed, but I don't really want to come home, if I'm being honest. Maybe just ship the bed over to here. When do we start getting rid of the dead weight, says Eric. Good evening to you, mate. I hope you're well. Well, this next 2 weeks is going to be significant in Arsenal's transfer dealings, and it's going to show where we're at as a football club. Are we just pretenders, or are we actually genuinely on the case of top 4 and then kicking on from after that? So I don't know, mate. Listen, we've got a lot of players that need to leave this football club in the next 2 weeks. How many again? That ain't up to me. If it was up to me, half the squad would go, but that's just how I feel. Thoughts on Daniele Rugani, Lee, says Don. Good evening to you, Don. I think he's good enough for Arsenal, but I don't think he's going to come to Arsenal, mate, sadly. But we'll probably go with the same tried and calamitous defenders that we've had for season after season after season. Thoughts on Saliba, says Hamed. Listen, I don't really know a great deal about him, although I've learnt a lot over the last couple of weeks, but I've never seen him play live, so I'd be lying if I said I did. So I don't know. Listen, at the end of the day, it could be a major coup in our transfer signings, or it could be a massive flop. He could go to St.Etienne on loan this season, which he's doing, and have an absolute disaster class, or he could go to St.Etienne on loan and come back a £60 million centre back. So I don't know. It's very, very iffy. It's a lot of money for an unproven kid in a proper league, I'll say, because that league's dead. Let's be real. So I don't know, mate. I genuinely don't know. But let me scroll back to some of these. I've missed quite a few here. What do you think of Kolasinac fighting for Ozil, says Dean? Well, listen, I'll be honest with you, right? I've seen a lot of people mugging Ozil off, right? And you know my thoughts on him. You know I don't rate him. Everyone knows I don't rate him. But listen, in that situation, when you've got your missus in the car and you're being carjacked, basically, and you've got 2 knife-wielding twats on mopeds who have probably only just started puberty, going and trying to steal in a 100 grand motor off a professional footballer because they're jealous and they think they're bad. Yeah, it's very, very easy to pin blame on Ozil for not getting out of the car, but why would he? He was protecting his missus, he was protecting Kolasinac's missus, and look at the size of Kolasinac. They didn't want it. My man's trying to box up crash helmets and shit, you know what I'm saying? It was mad. But I shouldn't laugh, because that's an everyday occurrence in London. Every single day, as in some part of London, that will happen, and more the richer end of London is getting targeted. So listen, I shouldn't laugh. Let's just be thankful that both of them and their wives are alive and well, because that could have ended really, really bad. You know, like, we all see the size of the machete or the sword or the knife, whatever it was the guy was carrying, and Kolasinac started boxing him up and he ran off. So, you know, if he had twisted that and stuck it in him, Kolasinac might not be alive right now. So listen, it's easy to mug off Ozil for sitting in the car and driving off, but how many of you would go and face him? Yeah, because I wouldn't. I'd be driving as quick as I could. I'd be dragging Kolasinac back in the car going, come on, bro, fuck them, man, let's get out of here. But yeah, listen, that's an everyday occurrence in London. And not just London, all the big cities now. That's how it is now. It's, you know, a lot of jealous people in this world. And if you've got something nice and they ain't got it, they just think they can take it from you. So, sad really, isn't it? 250 people watching live. Thank you very much. Please do stick a like on the video, and let's answer some more of these questions. What do you think about the £15 million loan fee? Is it really that much? 15 million quid? Well, for me, if it's that much, then there's got to be some clause in there that says we buy him, and that comes off the price, or some of it comes off the price, because 15 million quid, Jesus Christ. Is it really that much? Is it? Oh, it's 15 million with wages. Oh, okay, fair enough. It's 15 million with wages. I was going to say 15 million on its ones is mad. Absolutely mad. I think your podcast should be called Gunner Bang. Thoughts on my channel? Your channel's really good, actually, mate. I watched a couple of your videos the other day. If you're not subscribed to the Football Fan Chat, he's a Chelsea fan. He's a good guy. He's just started on YouTube, and go and give him a subscribe. He's one of the moderators for a reason, and that's because he's a sound geezer. So go and give him a subscribe. Click his icon and subscribe to him as well. And it's always nice to hear different football fans' opinions as well. Do you know what I mean? Whether they're Chelsea, Tottenham, United, whoever they support, it's always nice to hear other people. And listen, so many different fans of other clubs follow my channel. and I really genuinely appreciate that. So there we go. 125 grand a week, says Arthur. Is that how much he's on? Well, listen, in modern day terms, that's a bargain, really, isn't it? Let's be real. Couldn't you track down the mugs using license plates? That's how they caught me speeding down the freeway and gave me a fine. Good afternoon, Sergio. Thank you for that as well, my friend. Listen, the problem is they probably stole the moped, mate. They probably stole it in the first place. They're wearing crash helmets. They're wielding big machetes. They're never getting caught, mate. It's sad, but that's how it is. That's the harsh reality of it. Everton, Fraser or Sahar, says Charlie. I'd go with Everton. I think he's the youngest. I think he's got the highest ceiling, and he's probably the cheapest. Or well, Fraser might be a little bit cheaper because of the length of the contract he's got. But I think that Everton's got the biggest ceiling. And if we signed him and he smashed it, he's worth 75 million pound next summer. You could either cash in on the geezer, or you have got a genuinely top drawer footballer. I'm not in charge of Arsenal. I've seen some of the comments that Vinay said last night. The geezer's just a PR machine. He's an Ivan Gazidis. He's another Ivan Gazidis, chatting absolute crap in riddles. Raul and Haley, I've seen some of the stuff he said. I think he's actually genuine, if I'm being honest. I think he seems like a nice enough guy. He says the right things, but he says it with passion. Do you know what I'm saying? Vinay just sits there with his legs crossed, like chatting in absolute unbelievable language, like all this corporate spiel. Yeah, fuck that. The real fans, you, I, and everybody else watching this, want to know, what are we doing, when are we doing it, and how are we getting there? Yeah, and when you listen to Vinay speak, it's just a case of going round in circles without really answering the questions. When you listen to Raul speak, I know he sounds like an absolute drug lord, right? It sounds like part of the mafia or something, right? But the guy speaks from his heart. You can see it's genuine excitement and passion about talking about football. Vinay ain't about that life. Vinay's all about, oh yes, look at me, I'm on my millions every year. I can sit here and just pander to the minions, yeah? Fuck that. We're paying your wages, bruv. How many more players do you think we'll sign, says Rashid? I think we'll sign 2 more. I think we'll get Kieran Tierney. I think that'll get done. I don't know whether we'll get Zaha, but I do think we'll get another one. Kolasinac or Lennox Lewis. Mate, Lennox Lewis is a massive geezer, man. I actually met him before. Maybe about 15 years ago, but he was a lump. 2 weeks today, the Premier League starts. I'm excited, says Rabba. I'm sure you are. You're a Liverpool fan, bruv. You've got it all to play for this season. Us Arsenal fans are slumming it, mate. We're in the Europa League. The Emmerdale Cup, as Goldbridge calls it. Can't remember if he has played at centre-back, but could Kolasinac take Mustafi's place at centre-back, says Cole. That's a good question, that, mate. He has played at centre-back once, I think, or twice for Arsenal. And the only reason I know that is because he got a centre-back birthday, foot birthday on Ultimate Team. And that wasn't this season just gone, it was the season before. But I don't know, man. Defensively, he's not great, is he? Let's be honest. Right, let me just kick this clown out. He comes in my chat every single day and says the same thing about Iwobi. Bye-bye. Keep watching, mate. Centre back needed, Rugani or Cisse. I'll take Rugani, DJ. I'll take him, mate. Although that Cisse does look a bit of a lump. But I don't know, mate. I think I'll take Rugani. He's got a point to prove. Well done on 22k. Thank you for that, Jack. And I promised you 30k you'll be moderator as well. I'll do 6 more moderators at 30k. DJ Fury will be one of them as well. So another 8k, less than 8k. And we'll do 6 more. We need a new Sol Campbell, says Callum. I agree. We need to find that Sol Campbell, mate. Where are we finding him, though? That's the problem. All-time 11. I knew you were going to come and ask me that. I've been waiting for that question. All-time 11, right? I'm going David Seaman in goal. I'm going with the famous back 4. We know who that is. I don't even need to name him. The famous back 4. Midfield, Vieira. My man has to be in there. I'm going 4-4-2, by the way. Vieira. See, this is where it gets tricky, man, because we've had so many good players. But that back 4 will never be beaten. I don't care what anyone tells me. That back 4 will never, ever be beaten. Fabregas, yes. Ishmael, yes. Carl. Fabregas has got to be in the next era. Fabregas was an absolute genius of a footballer, man. Genius, absolute joy to watch. So, Vieira, Fabregas. I'm going from my lifetime, from what I've seen, yeah? I'm going to go with Anders Limpar, because I think he was slightly better than Robert Pires. Slightly better. And I'm going to go with... I don't know, man. This is so tough, you know. This is so tough. Too tough. Man, what do I do? See, I'm tempted to put Freddie Ljungberg in there, right? But I'm also thinking Arshavin, because Arshavin was so underrated, it's unreal. But then I've got to think of the strikers. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. See, look, people are saying Overmars as well. See, Overmars was a baller. I can't not put Overmars in there. Overmars is going in. Loved him, man, when he did that little celebration against Man United, where he just stood there and turned his head like, yeah, what? Say something. Yeah, so Overmars. Then the two up front, best player I have ever seen play for this club, and that is Dennis Bergkamp. Dennis Bergkamp, and I can't not put Thierry Henry up front. As much as I loved Righty as a kid, Thierry Henry, man, genius, absolute genius. Some of the stuff that geezer done was mad. So yeah, there's my all-time 11. Seaman, the famous back four, Vieira, Fabregas, Overmars, Limpar, Bergkamp, and Henry. And I could have picked so many more players, but yeah, that's the best for me. That's the best for me. Bergkamp's an absolute don. Best player I've ever seen. People compare him to other players and all that, like other players to him. Sorry, there's only one Dennis Bergkamp that will never be replicated. The geezer was an absolute genius. When I was growing up, right, I'll never forget his goal in the World Cup against Argentina. Yeah, and it was like, jeez, my man's just taking liberties against Argentina in the World Cup. And it's funny because my man never used to fly anywhere. He used to drive to the European games. He used to leave about a week and a half early to go and drive to the games. So yeah, and the goal he scored against Newcastle, best Premier League goal ever. So let's read some more of your comments, which is why we're here. 430 people who are watching live. Thank you very much. Only 100 likes. Come on, man. Slap the like button. Let's get some of these questions going on. If I can scroll up. There we go. Bergkamp's hat-trick against Leicester. Mate, do you know what? Dennis Bergkamp, still to this day, yeah, is the only footballer ever to get goal of the month 1, 2 and 3 on Match of the Day. That is how good Dennis Bergkamp was. The guy was a genius, mate. What do you think of Zaha to Chelsea links? Well, they're on a transfer ban, so he ain't going to Chelsea, mate. He might do next summer, but he ain't going this summer. Would you consider Van Persie a legend at Arsenal, says Sergio? Do you know what? Van Persie was a fantastic player for about a year and a half. But nah, not for me, mate. I'd take Sanchez over Van Persie if I'm being honest. But again, I could have put Sanchez into that starting 11 because listen, that guy has given me so many good moments and I've seen most of them live. Yeah, and it's like, you know, some of the stuff that guy could do was just unbelievable. What happened to Kleb, says Max? Well, he decided to sell himself out to go to Barcelona, mate. So yeah, there we go. And he even admitted he ruined his career. $127 likes and 1 Spurs fan, solid ratio, says Bear Boy. Mate, do you know what? The dislikes help as well, believe it or not. Yeah, the likes help, but the dislikes also help. So anyone who dislikes it, crack on, dislike it. See if we can get more dislikes on this video than we get likes. That'd be funny. That would be funny. Because it still helps because it's traction on the video, which pushes it up. It was to do with a key punch before, weren't it, Lee? You mean donkey punch? It was a donkey punch, you mean, Mark? You missed the N out, bruv. It was donkey punch, the like button. Have you seen the report today that Arsenal were one of 4 clubs in for Nicolas Pepe? The others being Liverpool, Napoli and Inter Milan. Well, welcome to Liverpool, Nicolas Pepe then. Although saying that, they've already got Salah, they've already got Mane, they've already got Firmino, they've got some good players at Liverpool. Listen, like, and we laugh at teams like or players, sorry, like Henderson and Milner and players like that. They're the sort of workhorses you need in your team if you want to succeed. It's as simple as that, isn't it? Pepe to Liverpool. Yeah, I think if he's going anywhere, it'll probably be Liverpool. I know Man United were linked earlier in the week, but I don't know. Maybe he's just trying to push for an even bigger team. He's hoping by all these links that he gets a Madrid or a Barca or someone like that. I don't know. They've already said they don't want to go in for him. Who's that, Jordan? Liverpool. What do you think of Rob Holding's pre-season? I think he would work in. The Prem. Rob Holding's a decent player, mate. Listen, our season sort of collapsed when he went out. So for me, he's got to start games, mate. You look better in a Puma shirt. There's nothing wrong with this Adidas shirt. Do you know what? Nobody's clocked that I'm wearing a white t-shirt underneath this, yeah? Do you know why that is, right? I swear, every time I wear a football shirt, I sweat like a motherfucker. Yeah, so I have to put a t-shirt on underneath it, and I'm cool. But I wear this top straight without a t-shirt underneath it. Jesus Christ, mate, you don't want to come near me. What's your worst Arsenal 11, says Stephen Quilly. Hey, that's a good question. Thanks for that as well, bruv. Yeah, I appreciate that. Worst Arsenal 11, Jesus Christ. Mate, I don't know. Listen, you're going to have to give me some time on that, man. There's a lot of shit players we've had over the years. I'll tell you one thing, though, yeah? Mustafi's in the 11. Mustafi's in the 11. Gus Caesar's in the 11. I'd say that Frimpong, not the one on Twitter, the Dench, all that crap, yeah, he'll be in the 11. So there's 3 I've named straight away. Andre Santos would be 4. Who else is there? Stepanovs, Jesus Christ, he was shocking, wasn't he? There's 5. I'll give you 5. Come back to me tomorrow or something, man. I'll think of more. Segan. No, do you know what? Segan weren't as bad as people made him out to be. Neither was Shamak. Shamak, I think, still holds a record in the Champions League for scoring in 7 straight games in the Champions League. I don't even think Messi or Ronaldo had done that. Scalacci, yeah, possibly. Sonogo, definitely. Debucci, I don't know. Jenkinson, not sure. Gervinho. Gervinho could be in there, you know. So there's 6. John Jensen. Hey, that's a throwback. Do you know what? I remember his goal against Newcastle and McManus. Yeah, my man scored out of nowhere. Cool ice pack. Thank you very much. Look, listen, does that make any difference? Can you hear that aircon going round? Because if it does, I'll turn it down. But my phone's getting so hot. Let me know if you can hear that. Almunia. Yeah, Almunia's got to be in goal, really, isn't he? Let's be honest. You can hear that, yeah? All right, we're turning that down. We're turning that down. Will Emery get a new contract, says Tom. I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, I think if Emery gets to January or December, January time, and we're doing all right, I think they'll activate the 1 year in the contract. He's got an extra year in the contract. If he's loitering around 5th, 6th, 7th, I don't think they're activating that, and he'll leave at the end of the season. K West, you don't need to spam my chat, bruv. Seriously, that's an easy way to get yourself muted. But hi, hope you're well. Glenn Helder. Hey, what about Jermaine Pennant? He could be a contester. He could be in contention, should I say? Yeah, Jermaine Pennant was a very good player, but he didn't show none of it at Arsenal. Nicholas Bentner's wasn't actually too bad for Arsenal, if we're being honest. Ashley Cole, come on, man. Ashley Cole was Francis Jeffers, yes. Hey, Aman Mahmood's just said about Saliba, yeah. Anyone who hasn't seen Saliba's Instagram, go and check out his video after it was announced he came to Arsenal. Mate, that video was lit. I've got to give it to him. That video was lit. Pennant scored a hat-trick after getting drunk against Southampton the night before. Do you know what? I think, didn't Robert Pires score a hat-trick the same night? They both scored a hat-trick, didn't they? Pires dinked the goalkeeper from about 45 yards out. What's your favourite Thierry Henry goal? Good evening to you, Ty. I hope you're well, my friend. Favourite Thierry Henry goal? It's got to be Tottenham. It's got to be the one where he's run the whole length of the pitch, innit? It's got to be. The one against West Ham he scored was sick, where he took it down and volleyed it in. The goal against Man United, where he would run up to the touchline giving it, "What's up?" So yeah, that was a good goal. But I think, I don't know, the one against Liverpool was sick as well when we were going unbeaten that season. And Michael Owen decided to try and ruin the party, and Henry was like, fuck you, yeah, I'm gonna go and score a hat-trick. So the goal where he made, who was it, Jamie Carragher and I think it was Sami Hyypiä or someone run into each other. But for me, I'd have to go with the goal against Tottenham, man. That was a sick goal, man. Run the whole length of the pitch, me Redknapp huffing and puffing, chasing after him. How can I become a moderator? When I get to 30k, anyone asking about moderators, yeah? When I get to 30k, I'll pick 6 more moderators. I've already got 2 lined up. Jack Loughton's going to be 1, DJ Fury will be the 2nd. So I need 4 more after that. But when I get to 30k, we'll go around that track, yeah? Yes, 6-1 win against Southampton. Yeah, it was mad. They both scored hat-tricks, mate. That Pires goal where he just dinked it and he was just like, what, bruv, yeah? Pick Eric Welsh. Yeah, he's sound as well, Eric. So we need 3 more after that. We'll decide them nearer the time. Where do you think we'll place at the end of the season, says Rashid. Hopefully top 4, mate. Hopefully. Junichi Inamoto. That's a shout, bruv, Invicta. That's a shout. Do you reckon Wolves and Leicester will overtake Arsenal? They are signing cracking players, says Philip. Do you know what, right? I don't. And I'll tell you why I don't. Because we've got better strikers. Simple as that. We might not have a better defence. We might not have a better midfield. That's up for debate. But we have got better strikers than pretty much every team in the top 6. So, or even top 8. So, I don't know. There we go. How is Asano still an Arsenal player? Ask Arsene Wenger, bruv. Maureen, you're an absolute sweetheart. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't know how she puts up with it, but there we go. Thank you, darling. Appreciate that. Asano does still play for Arsenal. It's mad. Freddie Adu megged his own goalkeeper and chipped the post. I remember that as well. Freddie Adu. Jesus Christ, Jay. That's a throwback, man. Do you think we only want Zaha because he's an Arsenal fan and would always give 100%? Evening, Coxie HD. I hope you're well. I don't even think we were in for Zaha, but then we put a bid in for him. And now we're apparently put another bid in for him for 65 million and Reece Nelson on loan. And apparently we're going to go back with a 3rd bid. I'm not so sure, man. I'm not so sure. I don't know whether that's true. I don't know. I don't know whether that's just a let's stick that story out there so we can go and get Everton Suarez from under everyone's nose without any drama. I'm not so sure, but I'll tell you something, in 13 days time, in fact, in 13 days time from now, the transfer window would have been shut for 38 minutes. So yeah, there we go. I've also got something lined up for deadline day, so I might as well tell you now while there's 500 people watching live nearly. I am going to be live streaming for 5 hours straight on deadline day, so that should be fun. Obviously I'll have my cigarette breaks in between, my toilet breaks in between, but I will be streaming from 1 o'clock on deadline day all the way through till 6 o'clock, so an hour after the transfer window shuts. I'm going to see if I can try and get a couple of people on if I can, although I'm not quite clued up on how you do all that right now, if I'm being honest, but I'll try and get a couple of people on. Another to the pound fund. Thank you, VP. Snogo can't even celebrate. Yeah, my man tripped over. But yes, I am going to do a 5 hour straight live stream on deadline day. I'll have it all set up with the graphics on my Mac and all that. Smoking is dirty. Yeah, you're not wrong, mate, but I kind of enjoy it, if I'm being honest. When I don't enjoy it, I'll pack it in. Can you come on my stream? If I can, listen, I'm clueless with, I tried getting Chig onto, I think it was when the fixtures were announced, and I actually sent him the link for the video rather than the link to come on the channel. I ain't got a clue. When it comes to stuff like that, I ain't got a clue. But yes, if I can figure it out, football fan chat, you can come on my channel, bruv. Obviously, Chelsea's transfers are dead. They can't sign anyone else. You can still get people out. But yeah, you, of course you can, mate. If I can figure a way of doing it, I'll have to research that. 5 hour deadline stream fund. Listen, the stream's going to be lit, bruv. Yeah, you don't know about that, VP. It's going to be lit 5 hours straight. If people can put up with me, if anybody watches that for 5 hours straight, yeah, right, I swear down, you deserve a medal for listening to me chat absolute crap for 5 hours. Yeah, football fan chat. DM me on Twitter, mate. Yeah, just DM me on Twitter and I'll read it. DM me tomorrow or something. Yeah, when I'm back, and we'll sort that out. Yeah. But yeah, just to recap, me and Guna Eagle Eye. If you're not subscribed to him, go and subscribe. We're going to be doing watch-alongs for every single away game, providing I'm in the country and not jet setting on holiday. Every single away game next season, he'll be on my channel. We'll be doing watch-alongs if I can hook him up to get on the channel. Firstly, and obviously the all the other videos, the previews, the press conference reactions, the starting 11 reactions, etc., etc. The reviews and all that will continue. So let me get this frog out of my throat. Right, let's do 4 minutes more comments and questions, and I'm going to get myself out of here. I'm going to go and enjoy my last few hours in Spain, and then I'm going to get myself back to England. Watch-along fan, thank you, VP. I appreciate your generosity, mate. I do. Best Arsenal manager. I knew somebody was going to ask me that today. I had this little vision. Listen, this ain't hating, right? But for me, George Graham will always be the best Arsenal manager. And the reason I say that, he masterminded Anfield '89 against the best team in the world. And I know a lot of people, when they ask me what was the best finish to a season, yeah, I thought the question was Premier League season, which is why I answered Man City. Overall season, it's Anfield '89 all day long. So he masterminded that. He won in Europe, a cup double. What more can you ask for? You know, that Parma team, anyone who wants to check out that Parma team that we beat and Alan Smith scored in off the post, go and check that Parma team out. That Parma team was lit, yeah? So for me, George Graham will always be the greatest for me. Always be the greatest. I grew up in that era. And then obviously Arsene Wenger come along, Invincibles and all that, doubles. I get that, I get it. But he did inherit one hell of a team, whereas George Graham didn't. So yeah, there we go. I was at the last Arsenal versus Leicester game at Highbury. Well, there you go. His last art. There you go, Georgie. Proper Leicester fan, home and away. Best game you've been to live? Good question. Somebody asked me that the other day. The best game I've been to live was probably Arsenal Middlesbrough 5-3 at the Emirates. Not the Emirates, at Highbury. That was a mad game. Mad game. Yeah, that was the Invincible season. I didn't go to every game that season, but I went to about 5 or 6 that season. And that was one of them. And what a game to pick. Danny Crowhurst, good evening, mate. Arsenal Parma would play 4-5-1 and Smith scored the only goal. Exactly, mate. How they didn't score against us in that game with the talent they had. Was it Brolin, Zola, players like that in the team? Jesus Christ, they had some sick players back in that team, mate. Right, 2 more minutes and I'm off. So let's do some more. Merson and Draper scored 1-1. It was in the clock end. Exactly. Paul Merson was a baller as well. I used to go to school with one of his nephews in Milton Keynes. And he used to come and play football over the local park with us all. He'd just run rings around us. Favourite chant, says Charlie. Good question as well, mate. I'd have to say the Rocky Rocastle one, man. Listen, for somebody that's actually seen Rocky and play and see him do his stuff, albeit I was only little, yeah, mate, it was tragic what happened to that guy, man. I'll always have a soft spot for that geezer in my heart, and so should every Arsenal fan. So when you hear his song being sung, it does well you up a little bit. Best player from every top 5 league. Right, I'm going to end it on that question. Top player from every top 5 league. Well, Spain, we've got to go Messi because I just love him to bits. Yeah, that geezer is just an absolute genius. Best player I've ever seen live. Probably the best player I've ever seen, if I'm being honest, whether it be live or not. So Messi from Spain. Currently in England, you've got to say the best player in England is... I know he didn't have a great season, but for me, my favourite player is Kevin De Bruyne. I love that geezer. I think he's fantastic. So Kevin De Bruyne, Messi. Let's go Italy. We've got to go Ronaldo. That'd be stupid not to go Ronaldo. France, you'd have to say Mbappe. And then where we're going after that, Germany. Germany. Oh, Germany. Do you know what? Just based on the fact that he's English and he's gone out there and he's absolutely smashed it since he's gone there, I'd have to say Jadon Sancho. I'd have to go with him. I think it took ball for him to get rid of and leave Man City, and to do what he's doing has been nothing short of a miracle. And I don't even think he could have thought it could have gone so well. So, fair play to him. Big up to him. You bringing Messi back? I might do, bruv. There's still a few hours left. I might just drive to Barcelona and bring back Leo Messi, bruv. Stick him in the boot. Bellewa the Daydreamer, favourite chant, double, 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 Sol Campbell as well. Mate, that's a good one. But always for me, Rocky's tune, man. Rocky's one. Anyway, listen, thank you very much to nearly 500 that were watching live at one stage, still over 460. All bang a like on the video before you leave. I will be back on homeland tomorrow, so the Datsun is no more. So just get a last little glimpse of the Datsun. I might actually buy a Datsun when I get home. But yeah, thank you very much to everyone who's back to my channel, always commenting, always subscribing, always liking my stuff, and the support's been mad. So big up yourselves, and listen, don't forget the 9 o'clock streams are back tomorrow as well. 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock, we're back again, as troops would say. So listen, thank you very much. All have a wonderful Friday night, and I'll catch you all tomorrow afternoon. Thank you to everyone for wishing me a safe flight as well. Fingers crossed it is. That's the best part. Taking off and landing, that's wicked. Anyway, I'm like a little schoolboy right now, so I'm gonna fuck myself off. Laters, peeps.